Hello, everybody. I am here in the Mitchcraft boutique with Serious Vibe, Derek, DC Vibe, Holmes, and Frank Sirius
Yes, sir.
from Sirius Company. Glad to have you here with me today.
Glad to be
Glad to
here.
be
Glad
here.
to be here.
Good. So let's get this thing started. Can you guys tell me in 2024 what does Serious Vibe mean?
I mean, Serious Vibe is a collaboration overall.
Okay.
Two brands
Okay.
that we built up independently, but like Dirk always said, we stronger together. So for us, it came about actually because promoters was getting one band and featuring the other. They'd get Vibe and feature me, or get my band and feature Derek, and they were getting two brands for the price of one. So us in trying to maximize our potential, said let's just charge double for Serious Vibe and have some fun with it while we're doing it. So I mean, we always enjoy playing on each other's stages and all that. So for us, it just made sense. And I know we pissing the promoters off sometimes,
Okay.
but they like the product, and the ones that's willing to pay for the product are the ones we're gonna play for. So
Okay.
even if it's 12 shows a year or 10 shows a year, then we cool with that. Cause we still got our own, personal brands that we continue to build. So
And we also can do our own events. So we don't necessarily need the promoter,
Okay.
who a lot of times need us to promote for them.
Okay.
Hence,
That
does that mean they're
phone
not a promoter?
nah, they promoters, man. They just
Nah, they event throwers.
I guess.
So you guys notice the difference. So it's a difference between a promoter and an event thrower. What would be your definition of a promoter?
A promoter is someone that somewhat when their brand comes up, it rings, right? Because you're gonna get a good event from them based on their past, what they trend at, and they're gonna do the leg work. Like they're gonna be in front of you. They branding as well. So the band is branding, and the promoter is branding. You know what I mean? Like Live Nation is a brand. When they promote the show, they bring in a real show there. It's an event. Tricky is a brand. Next Level is a brand. You know what I mean? So and you know what you're gonna get from that promoter. But you got people that we never even heard of that try to book us. Are they promoters?
They rely on.
They rely on us.
On the brand that they book.
Yes.
That's cool because at the end of the day, we're partners in that situation.
Right.
But treat us as partners also. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. So with promoters, I look at people like Don King, or in the boxing world, you got Mayweather Promotions, where that name itself is going to bring a certain level of prestige. You know what I mean? Like you said, Tricky Inc. or Kurt Bone back in the day.
Right.
Kurt Bone party, it ain't matter who the band was, you just wanted to be at the party.
Exactly. Like they could bring a band that's basically not known and say that this band is good because their influence is there, and they're gonna say, man, come out and see them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They have that power.
Okay. So the follow up to that is, is it a different price for an event thrower versus a promoter, or should it be based on the experience one brings versus the lack thereof for the other one, in which you're going to be relying on to do? How does that work?
So I tell you what I try to adopt now, and it's more of the national industry where the price needs to be based on the event. So, for instance, if I'm playing in Nipsey's and they can only get 200 plus people in there, I need to have a bottom number for that. But if I'm playing in Constitution Hall and there's 3,000 tickets that could be sold, then the calculations are different. So national artists do it the same way. They'll ask all those questions. They'll ask, where is it? What is the capacity? And then it's almost you working percentage base wise. So why would I charge what I would charge at Nipsey's to play in front of 10,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's also levels of leverage. You know what I mean? You gotta have, for a band of our stature, I guess, versus a band that's just starting out.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's a difference in what you can ask for period. You know, that's just a level. That's just in nature and business.
Yeah, that's in life.
That's in life, period. So
Yeah.
you got to know where you at, know your worth, and then stick to it. You got to have some stick to it. Stick to it.
The quarterback get more than the center.
Right.
Depending on who this quarterback is.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But
true.
usually the money starts right at that line.
Yeah.
The center, quarterback, and then it goes.
And then it goes out. From there.
Right. So, but the quarterback had to show something, whether it was college, whether it was in the pros, that I'm the draw. So if you're not the draw, then you can't demand. So it's no cut numbers. Like, what are you willing to risk not to have the gig?
Mhm.
Are you okay with you may not even get the gig? Or is your drive, I need this gig? Then if you feel like you need the gig, what is your benefit from getting the gig after it's done? What are you doing with it? Is it something they're just going to talk about for 2 weeks and then you're done?
Or can you parlay?
Or can you take that gig and build upon it? Those are the things, because everything doesn't have to be monetary.
Some opportunities don't have to be.
They don't have to be. Like if you're building your brand, if you're getting in front of different people, because you need different streams of income coming in, whether if you're doing something different. So like we both could play go-go, we can go do a jazz set somewhere where we're just singing contemporary jazz. We can go play anywhere. So also I want a different group of people liking us. So what I talked to him about is we need to record more, right? Because there's a lot of people that love go-go that don't want to come out in the environments that we play in.
Right.
Like some of these places I wouldn't go to.
Right.
I'm only there because I'm working.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say record go-go, are you talking about?
Record music.
Okay.
Record music. Go-go and whatever music your spirit feels during that moment. If it sounds good. Like, I love music. So it doesn't matter what style of music it is to me. If it sounds good, I love it. I don't care what it is. I sat New Year's Eve and watched the Nashville country televised show.
Right.
And loved it. So it don't matter to me.
Okay. So, moving forward, so we got SIRIUSVYBE, the band.
The brand.
Okay. Now clarify the different facets of the brand.
All right. So we have where we're trying to put out content and actually speak on DMV culture, right? That's SIRIUSVYBE Prime Time.
Yes.
Right? And in doing that, in the grassroots of it, we created 2 characters of Herb and Clem.
Okay.
Because initially we wanted to go where we would make it not a podcast, but a show.
Okay.
Right? So we can have all these different segments, add them together, and it's one show. That's why it was taking so long to see things, right? We may go in a different direction now, and because the podcast or the interview things are actually easier to do, and time-wise, we really don't have it, right? And then we can continue with the skits and have that another part of whatever that brand is supposed to take us, wherever it's supposed to take us. The second piece on the band piece, I don't necessarily see us being able to play as much as a band because both separate entities are too busy and too much in demand.
and Sirius Company.
Yeah, so somebody trying to get us on a Saturday would almost be impossible for us because one of our bands would have to lack because we would use band members from each one, but somebody's not going to play. Like, we can't have 2 drummers.
So, how does that work?
Who picks? He said.
Who picks the band members?
I'm saying you're saying in some instances, it might be a band member down. Is that based on the schedule that person has personally, or
you only got one drummer that can play? So we'll say, we may say, his drummer played the last time.
Okay.
This, or we using his entire band this time. I'll use my entire band the next time.
Okay. So more of a democratic approach.
Yeah. We just figured out.
and it's been working actually because the scheduling part of it, you know, it started with us doing pop-up Sundays, OTI, and Sundays was kind of the day that we all kind of was off, not working, and so, you know, it's an extra day for us to pop up and do a Sunday here and there, and then just put the band together based on out of both bands, take members from both bands and put a band together and just have some fun. At the end of the day, if it's not fun, I'm not trying to do it. And you know, and so like being on the stage with them, I always call us the new Funk and Benny. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like we can go so many different places, do so many different things musically, and when we on the stage with the musicians that we have, you know, both bands have incredible musicians. So with the musicians that we have, we can go a whole set and not really have to do one piece of go-go. You know what I mean? And still be entertaining. That's
right.
the thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that's an important part of just, you know, being an entertainer itself. Are you entertaining first? You know what I mean? And then the music you play, you just do what you love. And, you know, we just happen to love go-go.
Okay. Sounds good. So, 2024 it's already shaping up to be, looks like it's going to be a big year for SIRIUSVYBE.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, I've seen on a cruise of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, the We Acting Up tour, cruise, that's not bad, I like that, tour.
Yeah.
But the We Acting Up cruise is an idea that Lavelle Long and Cliff the General came up with, taking the playwrights that we've been doing with DC Black Broadway and putting it on to a cruise.
Okay.
And then of course we needed some entertainment, and so you know, since I've been in all the plays that, you know, for the last 3 years, I was gonna already be there. And my band was the house band for DC Black Broadway, so they would already be there. And it just made sense, you know what I mean, to make it, to get both brands again, like we talking about, just do SIRIUSVYBE.
Okay.
So that particular cruise show, we doing Sirius Company along with Derek DC Vibe Holmes.
But you use a Sirius Company's band, but it's still SIRIUSVYBE.
It's still SIRIUSVYBE.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So you guys, once again, making sure that if you mix it, it's something that you got, a narrative that you guys can control.
But just like you said too, it makes sense because they are the band for the play.
Right.
So they would need to be there anyway.
Right. So that makes sense. I like how that works. You guys got any other things? Any big plans? Launching the prime time? What's going on?
Yeah, we do need to launch that. I think we're gonna push heavy on that. We just had some internal things we needed to get out the way, and we're just gonna go in a direction where we are flooding with content, not necessarily trying to look. And then later on, possibly have somebody that comes in that actually writes if we want to do a show, right? And they can write it out because
right now we just freestyle.
Yeah, we was vibing.
Right.
Yeah, we was vibing, and it's working, but it's just like it's a lot of work and having these other things going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I always tell them we gig too much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in we over gig.
Yeah.
So 2024 looks like you're going to be attacking that, or you're going to take more gigs. What you think?
I think it's going to be setting it up for 25. Because, I mean, you know, we look at the calendar and we already in May, you know what I mean, in terms of being, like, booked out. So it's like...
Are you talking about SIRIUSVYBE, the band? I mean, playing or
I'm talking about getting away from gigging so much.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
that's tough, though.
Yeah, it's tough.
When you're in demand, it's tough. It's super tough.
I mean, there's a lot of bands out there, in my opinion, that can, you know, entertain the crowds that we entertain. You know what I mean? Like, being able to, it's not a small thing to be able to entertain for the Chamber of Commerce holiday party, you know, then go to Nipsey's, and then go to Fast Eddie's, and then go to the Governor's Ball. You know what I mean? Like, to be able to do that range of things that both bands can do.
Diversity.
It's that's not a small thing. It's not an easy thing to do in terms of the scope of how many bands can actually do it. You know what I mean? And I see maybe a handful of bands that can do it. And so the work is there for us. You know what I mean? So that pool of people that can actually, I can call and say, if I'm not doing it, if the Governor Westmore calls and say, hey man, I got a gig at the Governor's Mansion. You know, y'all can't do it. Who can you call? All right, call Vibe. Vibe can't do it. Who you call? Call Let It Flow. Let It Flow can't do it. Put you on the spot. Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters. He put me on the spot too. He told the people he's gonna put me on the spot. We'll call Secret Society.
Oh, Secret Society. Yeah, good
Well,
job.
yes.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
There we go.
Push play.
Push play.
There you go. See,
Thanks, man.
But when we looked at it as 6 bands, you know what I mean? You're talking about a pool of bands of hundreds.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
And 3 of them don't really play go-go.
right. Well, top 5 play go-go. Last 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
They really play. They all play it,
Yeah.
but they don't play it.
I think it's good sometimes for those kind of shows. Though.
Right.
But my point is that out of hundreds of bands in this town, there may be that 6 that we can name off the top. Now I'm not saying there's not other bands that can do it. As far as I know, and I don't get out much as far as seeing other bands in that space. But as far as I know, I can pick 6 or 7 bands that can handle that kind of gig. And so for me, that's not a lot of competition in that area.
Right.
And so that's why you see sometimes the same bands getting those kind of gigs. You know what I mean? So,
And that's the other thing about SIRIUSVYBE we want to do is figure out how to grow. So now it's about growth, right? We've been in a mixing bowl, in the same mixing bowl forever, right?
you say how many years?
25, 30.
25, 30, 35. Let's say 30, 35.
Yeah.
35 for you?
If I had to count it, yeah. I've been in the band non-stop since I was 10. So.
Yeah, I'm about around there too.
Yeah.
So how do you grow though, right? We could measure where we are as a band in the city as growth, but is that really growth?
It depends on who you ask, I think.
Yeah, but like,
Because there are a lot
how do
of
you
bands-
do something different then?
Yeah.
And that's the main reason why we trying to do more content, do other things. Like it's a world, like go on YouTube, man, watch.
It's a big ass world out there.
It's a big world out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
and it's content driven.
So can we say that you guys might possibly make new original music
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
for
Let's talk
the
about
label?
that though. Let's talk about that. Doesn't matter what type of music it is, whether it's original or cover. It matters that it sounds good. So we have to. The reason why. So most go-go is based off of covers. Don't let anybody else tell you anything different. Any band that is known and hot, with maybe the exception of maybe like a Trouble Funk, right? Played covers when they were local. And the reason being, and this is only my opinion, is that we are competing with a DJ and we're playing for the same audience every week. They need music that they're familiar with. You're not going to break a record at the go-go with them. They're not coming there to hear your new record. They're coming there to have a party, and they don't want to have to think too hard. So that cover, and we all listened to PA tapes back in the day, and we wanted to know what new song they was hitting on that PA tape. We didn't care about the original. And no go-go artist has ever made original after original, right? So the problem is, if Esther's got a hit record, they don't follow up with another one. So it may take 5 more years for the next record to come out. Where you got the national artists, they may have a record every year. They let that one, tour that one out, and then they do another record. So in my opinion, go-go is based off of covers. even if you got in a groove that you're playing and you start doing a chant from another song, that's part of a cover. You're covering something. So it's always been that. The music just needs to sound good.
Right.
Mary J. Blige's first album was covers. Luther Vandross did a whole album called Covers. Everybody that went on Star Search to any of your voice shows all sang covers, right? Because you know why? That's the way that the non-musician can judge you to know that you are doing a good job, because I've heard this song before and your rendition of it is just as good or better or not as good
Right.
as the original piece. So that is an easy way for the non-musician to judge you, is off of a cover. If you ain't winning off the cover, you're probably in the wrong profession.
Right. So, but how I see both of you guys, Scooby has originals.
Right.
Even you. People
Right.
don't give people credit. But at this point, I Met a Girl can get played at any given time. And that's an original song done by Bob
Yeah.
First. And I see that it's a balance between
Yeah.
playing content that you can actually control moving forward in this landscape versus playing songs that might promote the party or get you popular, but you don't, it's no residual earning from that. How do you guys draw that line between, we're going to take a chance on this one, I Met a Girl, I'm going to take a chance on Sunshine?
Well, for me, it's a little different. I think I kind of toe the line a little bit with covers and originals. You know what I mean? And I took the playbook really from Rare Essence all these years, where they'll play covers, but they'll also introduce you to an original.
Original, right.
And, you know, over 40 years, 45 years, something like that, they've been in business? Something like that, whatever it is, 50 years. They have a catalog now that they can play 2 shows full of originals. You know what I mean? So my biggest songs personally have been originals, you know, with Sunshine, Uh-Oh, and Straight to the Bar. You know what I mean? And then if you want to, you know, I get asked about this song all the time, Neighborhood Life from UCB, which is another song I wrote. So those are the 4 songs I'm known for more than any other thing, whether it be, you know, doing Whip Appeal. People used to ask about that. Now it's Tennessee Whiskey. But people come to the shows and ask for Sunshine. So I think it's a balance of our responsibility versus our
That's true.
productivity.
It's,
you know what I mean?
it's also the energy too that. So sometimes it's the energy that you may receive, because that's your personal song too, and the energy ain't the same as it is with sometimes with the cover.
Right.
Like, and he with Listen and Sunshine, he came in at a different time, right? He was younger, and timing was different. Like, they were like one of the only bands at that age bracket doing that kind of go-go or music. So it was more appealing. So anything they probably touched was gold. Me, my timing was different with Vibe, where I didn't care about doing an original song. I didn't even care about nothing but having fun on stage.
Yeah, you was a party.
That's all I wanted to do is go play. I ain't want to go do no rehearsing. Don't do none of that. Just get the show. I got good enough musicians. We're going to get on stage. And we never rehearsed the song, but we took the song and made it ours on stage. So I was having fun doing that. That was what drove me.
I think that's a big question that you got to ask yourself too. Any go-go artist or go-go musician or any go-go band that's coming up now is like, you got to ask yourself, am I doing this for the artistry or am I doing this for the party? You know what I mean? I think that's a big deal, because
Both of them are important.
both of them are important. You got to figure out who you are and what you want to do. Like, I've been to Nashville, you know, a couple times, and some of the baddest musicians I've ever seen that you'll never hear from play 100% covers every night in Nashville, right? And I'm talking about driving Vets, Bentleys, got nice houses, right? They make great money playing 100% covers, but that's their profession. So they're successful at playing music by playing somebody else's music.
We the only city, I think, that frowns upon it, or the only genre of music
Yeah, that frowns upon it.
that frowns upon it, and it's not the fans. It's the other band members.
I don't know.
A lot. It's
Oh,
other band, or they friends of the other band
It's,
members.
it's a faction of fans.
It's not fans. Those fans that are on these groups inside of,
Mhm.
they are either somebody that think they're go-go experts.
I think it's a soundbite, man. I think that people hear stuff and say,
And it's a small amount of people though, right? That's why
Yeah.
I don't listen to it. It's so small. Like, I feed off all the people that tell me how good we are. And there's more of them. I know negativity rings further. It sounds like,
Travels faster.
yeah, and it sounds like it's a bunch of people
Yeah.
just to hear something negative. We live in this type of society, but it's more people that enjoy us. But it shows though, right? Because we getting the gigs.
Mhm.
So whatever we doing, there's a demand for it. The
Yeah.
people are not lying. The
I
people
get
that
you.
want to come out.
I'll give you one example, right? I heard people say stuff like, oh, they play the same stuff, right? But they don't say stuff like that to Backyard. I've been hearing Dope Jam since '96, right? Or, some of the stuff that they play, we've been hearing forever. But it's their stuff, and I love it. Like, you can play Pop Life forever. You
Well,
know?
people are mad if I don't play it.
Exactly. They mad if you don't play Rule the World.
Right.
Like, how long you been playing Pop Life?
Forever.
Forever. So, who gonna pay their money to say, hey man, you gonna hit Sunshine tonight? Or you gonna hit such and such, you know what I mean? Like, I've been playing that song literally for 21 years.
So how was it the first night you played it?
Nobody liked it.
Right. Right.
Nobody liked it.
And one
The
thing
band didn't like it.
and one thing I've noticed being a fan of both bands,
Mm-hmm.
the rendition is an art.
Mm-hmm.
I go back and listen to some of my old tapes and hear how you used to play Pop Life. It's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Rule the World, same way. The arrangements, I feel like you guys have crafted
Mm-hmm.
into bigger party records. Like
Yeah.
even if it's like Still Ray for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
That song is more than what it was when they originally got it.
Yeah. It's crazy talking to Raphael Sadiq when we were out there in LA and talking about that record with him. And he was like, I was like, man, we need to get a go-go record with you. He was like, shit, I already got one.
And the thing is,
He said, I don't even sing it.
Right, right. And he
Right.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is with that is that, I think with people having an opinion, of what go-go should be is what a lot of our downfall is.
And that's actually a problem I got though,
Yeah.
right? If go-go was created by Chuck Brown,
Mm-hmm.
the purpose of go-go was to keep going.
Mhm.
But Chuck Brown was a top 40 band, a cover band,
Mhm.
and he added percussion in between the songs to bridge the transitions. And it was because, back in the day when you went and you had a party at the house and your aunts and uncles was up dancing, when that song went off, they sat down. So he didn't want the people to sit down. But they still played music.
Mhm.
And that's why he respected all over the world. And then when we talk about go-go, everybody wants to leave Chuck Brown's name out. He's over here.
Mhm.
So you can't compare yourself to Chuck. Why are we not comparing ourselves to the best of the creator? Why are we not following his path?
And I don't think it's no cookie cutter way of doing stuff. Like, music is an art form. You
Right.
know what I mean? So we got to take it as that and say, what do you feel like doing with it? You know what I mean? That's why I don't have a problem with bounce beat.
Yeah, it ain't no
or
rules.
Anything, like, ain't no rules to it. Like, this is your baby to make of it as you will. And do it with love and with passion and make of it what you will make of it. In terms of making an original and performing it in a club, that's what I want to get back to. You made the point about how people liked it. Sunshine, or the band members. The band members didn't really like it when I first brought it to them. But I had wrote it for an artist, kid from Philly named Sean Kane. He didn't like it. So he sent it back. It was for Jive Records. So I said, I'm not gonna just waste it. I'm gonna start playing it. We played it, nobody liked it. But the club is a real time incubator for stuff that you're trying to try, right? So the club, I look at it like a mold. And you put the clay in there, and the club is gonna fix it, shape it until it's right.
Right.
And so we played it, and that's where the whole you know what I mean? All that, Love My Baby, none of that's part of the original song.
Right.
But in playing in the club, trying stuff, it molded into what it is today. You know
Right.
what I
So
mean?
the club kind of helped mix and create and arrange the
Absolutely.
record.
The original song is nothing like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would say that in terms of originals, don't be afraid to put them out there. But understand the business that you're in. You're in a party club business.
Right.
And you have to entertain people. And entertaining people, you know, you wouldn't want to hear a DJ play full of stuff he made at the house if you had a party. You know what I mean? So you got to figure out a way to infuse some of that originality with keeping the club rocking.
Right.
You know what I
And
mean?
DJs, y'all need to play our originals.
I think they would. We don't do a good enough job of giving it to them, too.
Well, I gave mine.
I mean, but giving it to them and asking them to play it is two different things.
So we don't do a good enough job asking them?
No, I had a DJ tell me what happens is they have a lot of stuff that they have to figure out when they playing, right? Without somebody giving you money and saying, now, if I pay somebody something, I have the right to ask for something. If I'm receiving money, I have the obligation. So if they're receiving money, they feel like they have the obligation to play it.
No, okay.
But if I go to them without money and say, hey man, look, I'm really trying to break this record, I would appreciate it if you play it on your radio mix or when you out, you know what I mean? Just emailing
I'm
it to
talking
them.
about the club. I ain't even talking about that on the radio.
Yeah, I'm talking about that too though. Like we gotta go to them and be more vocal about it.
All
And
right,
say,
let's go, Scoop.
I put this song in your hands. Man, listen, this is important for Go-Go. I'm trying to win a Grammy off this joint, and I think you the part of the front line to make this happen.
So pretty much, we need to go out and have these conversations
With the
and make and campaign for the records.
Right. 'Cause
Correct.
I used to just email them. Hey man,
Right.
boom, 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 boom. Email, this is the record. And almost expect them to say, I got some new Go-Go heat. Everybody need to play this. That ain't really how it works.
Yeah, so we gotta get. So I need to borrow some money so I can get this.
I got something for you.
Because you got more gigs than me.
Nah, that's not true.
No. So look, we got, speaking of more gigs than you guys are going to be playing as Serious Vibe at the Black and White Affair.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that. I know both of you guys have done that gig by yourselves before, as you know, Serious Vibe. Serious
I
Company.
feel like we did it
Vibe.
together too. Oh, they did.
Yeah,
Back.
I came up there.
Yeah.
Right, that was last year.
Mhm.
Looked like y'all had a good time. So you guys have both done it independently before in your own respective bands.
Mhm.
Now you guys are on there as Serious Vibe. What's going to be the difference? What are you guys looking forward to? Let's talk about it.
For me, it's just business as usual, really, here locally.
Even though it's the MGM?
I always like playing at the MGM.
I mean, I love it, but a stage is a stage to me.
Okay.
Like,
Way to sell a show. Doing a bang up job.
right. Well, you know what? It's MGM. We're going to be dressed better.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm supposed to jump from the ceiling.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going to be special about this? Not necessarily our set, per se, but we're going to be Herbert Clement, too.
Okay.
We hosting.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm more pumped up about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Herb McClem gonna show off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna crash the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we get on stage, we warm it up, and then JYB going to take it home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I might put my clothes back on as
Exactly.
Clement and come party with Junkyard in
Yeah.
the crowd.
That'll be
Like the
interesting.
party
Yeah.
crash.
That'll be great content.
Oh, man, we going to get some. That's our focus, though, is content.
Yeah.
Content. Even, like, just going in the basement, like I was telling him when we talked about the zone mic you got. I'm serious about him getting a guitar. We sitting there just play around and sing. That's just content. People just want to see us in a different light. So when I did the front porch, I don't own it. So, but the Christmas one went crazy.
Yeah.
Like, oh nah, we gotta do more of this.
Yes.
That's different people seeing us.
Right. It's about just taking it to a different place.
Yeah. And we doing something we love. It ain't like we getting together and making good music. Covers or not, it's just good music.
Yes. All right, great guys, having you guys. Y'all want to tell us where they can find Serious Vibe, and your respective bands as well?
So it is not for you people. It's not Cyrus.
Cyrus.
They be saying Cyrus like a mug. It's Sirius.
Serious company.
SIRIUSVYBE. That's on Instagram. All right. And then I am Derek from DC Vibe at DCVYBE on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all that other stuff.
All them other platforms.
Yeah, all them platforms. And website is DCVYBE.com.
And you can follow me at Frank Sirius, FrankSirius, and also my band at Sirius Company, SIRUS, COMPANY, everywhere that you got some social medias. See y'all soon, man.
Yeah. You eat Franks?
I don't eat Franks.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Great to have you guys. Look forward to seeing what you guys do in 2024. But if you want to get with us and get to the latest and greatest in Mitchcraft attire, you could come to the Mitchcraft Boutique at 9244 East Hampton Drive, Suite 203, Capitol Heights, Maryland. And if you can't make it here, www.crankrock.com is where we got a little bit of everything. Come see us, y'all. We got a clearance section, we got a sales section, we got a new releases section, we got it all. See you soon, and peace.
Keep it Mitchcraft.
That's right, don't forget it.